to pay school fees, you look for dollars. To rent houses, to sell houses, you collect dollars. It doesn't happen unless you dollarize your economy.
My people, where is this country going to? Femi Falana has come out to expose every shenanigans that Tinubu has been up to ever since he emerged as the president of the nation. He exposed them in a particular program when he was having a speech, and this exposure actually made Channel TV News to invite Femi Falana over to come and explain all what he has said there. That is he actually saying the truth? How come he knows about all these things? And Femi Falana actually gave an evidence for where people can actually see all these shenanigans that is being done in this country. My people, APC party is here to destroy everything that this country has. They are actually embezzling our money. They're actually doing a daylight robbery. Their robbery is actually working during the day, but nobody has come to challenge this particular party. This APC is a party of doom. They are there to spoil everything that Nigeria has. My people, make sure you share this video to every social media platform. If you cannot share, like it, give it a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend it for us. We'll be right back shortly.
Welcome back to Lagos TV show.
The whole of crime scene.
It's happening in the street again.
The center of political news, celebrity gossip, religious gossip, and happenings in the society.
Join us, the voice of Africa.
Welcome you to Large Report TV show, where we bring you political, celebrity, and religious gossip. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do well to click the red subscription button, and don't forget to click the bell icon so that YouTube will notify you anytime we drop another trendy video. My people, in this particular video, I'm going to be explaining a lot of things that is going to shock you about the shenanigans that this Tinubu administration has been up to ever since they emerged as the ruling party of the nation. You could see Femi Falana actually made a lot of exposure in this video. This exposure, you will marvel at the exposure. You feel like, what is actually happening in Nigeria? Is this how we continue to watch these people destroy our land, destroy our properties? You could see everything that is actually happening in this country. 1.9 trillion naira has been shared, 135 billion naira has been shared. Where are all this money going to? And we, the citizens of this country, we are suffering every day. Everybody is suffering from this high standard of living. Every single person that is working every day, that is actually going to work to come back home to come and enjoy his money, is actually finding it very, very difficult to enjoy their money, because the rate with which things are getting costly in the market is so much alarming. You could see what Femi Falana said in this video. He exposed everything that is going on in Tinubu administration. How can you be a president and you are involved in looting of funds, and you are there telling us that you already have your own money, that you don't need to spend our money, but you have your money? But what you're actually doing, that everybody is saying, is actually the opposite of what you already told us when you were being sworn in. The day he was sworn in was the day he actually said subsidy is gone. Meanwhile, subsidy has already been gone before he was even there as the president. Though we heard the other two candidates already said that they are going to be removing subsidy, but there were not laid down plans before removing the subsidy. Now the subsidy has taken a turnout on people, and the way it actually made a turnout on people are actually feeling the impact of this fuel subsidy removal. They're actually feeling the impact. Now the fuel subsidy removal that you actually done, the money that you are actually getting from this subsidy that you removed, where are you impacting the money to? Where are you using the money to develop? The country is getting worse by the day, and you remove subsidy so that we can actually feel that, okay, you want to use the money that you are using to pay for the import of the petrol, you actually use it for something else, maybe to develop the country, so that the cost of living will actually reduce and people will enjoy living their life in this country. But everything that's actually happening now is opposite of all the promises and everything that they've told us. Whenever they come to the TV to tell us something, they always go back behind the screen to do the opposite. Femi Falana exposed every one of them. Daily Farotimi even said in one of his videos that it was until we actually hear to what Showore is saying about President Bola Ahmed TINUBU and nation itself, if you are not ready, if you are actually ready to make this country work, we are going to go for revolution. And with the way these people are ruling now, they're actually doing it as if there's nobody that can harass them, there's nobody that can challenge them. Obviously, they are actually doing like they are the almighty. You can actually see what he said in this video. I will show you, I will play the video for you. You will see everything that he said here. In a country that we are spending naira, but we are actually billing ourselves in dollars, and we expect our naira to have value. We are not even appreciating the naira that we have, my people. He said a lot of things in this video, a lot of questions and a lot of answers, and all these answers were very, very shocking. It will shockalize you, my people. Stay behind as I play this video for you to see what Femi Falana said in this video. Femi Falana has actually been a great man ever since I've known him. Everything that he says is actually the truth. He comes out, he say whatever he wants to say, and he say the truth, and there's nothing he actually keeps under the curtain. Yeah, we make sure that he make you to understand what he's actually saying, and after making you to understand what he's actually saying, we also give you evidence. Inside this video, he said a lot of things in this video, my people. Stay back, watch this video, and you'll be marveled at whatever he's going to say, my people. We'll be right back after the video. Stay connected.
And you must ask for explanation of it. In December 7th, this regime, Bola Tinubu administration, gave out 135 billion naira to governors to fight COVID-19. In 2023, Do you know what I'm talking about? Last December, they gave out 123 billion to 235. You can go to fight COVID-19. Furthermore, and this must be our demand from there. This regime must, if we have to go to the street, it's so fundamental. This regime must. Yes. We are housed the gains of the removal of fuel subsidy and channel it towards alleviating the poverty of our people. What I mean is this: again, you can Google. In April last year, what the three tiers of government, the federal government, the state government, and local government shared was 655 billion in April. When subsidy was removed, right? First subsidy. Since June, according to the Minister of Finance, you can go, well, there is no month that less than 1 trillion has been shared. As a matter of fact, you can quote me on this. In June last year, what they shared was 1.9 trillion. They were embarrassed when they got to Abuja. Where is this money come from? What are you doing? They had to save 900 billion and shared 1 trillion. In December last year, the government came to Lagos to celebrate with Dr. Bola Ahmed TINUBU. Are you aware? Yes. That month, what was shared was 1.7 trillion. That is apart from the 135 billion I just told you about. So if anybody tells you Nigerians must sacrifice because there is no money, tell them what they are saying is bamboo. Push it. So what we should be demanding? Where are the gains of subsidy removal? Do you understand me? When we had a situation like this, a little situation under Abacha, as bad as Abacha was, except for what we call the PTS. You understand me? The gains of fuel increase then was kept and used to address infrastructural crisis in the country. So this time around, we are demanding for our right, because what they told us, all of us, subsidy is gone. I mean, they said the gains of subsidy will be used to address the problems of unemployment, of insecurity, of food crisis, and so on and so forth. But today, the people have been forgotten. These National Assembly people who are pretending in the last few days, senators called, the managers of the economy, House of Rep called them, and they have praised the price. And we want to help the poor. Let the poor breathe. These ones, please, each of them in Abuja, including those who had no bicycle before they went there, gave themselves a 160 million naira jeep, each of them. And I'm going to try and challenge you, comrades. The budget of National Assembly this year was 178 billion naira. The National Assembly members themselves rewrote the budget and raised it to 344 billion. And they pretend, that we have to suffer together. We understand your pain. We are addressing your problem. problem. Liars. It is a lie. Unless you demand for your rights, nobody will give you your rights. I think Falana made the point. Nobody, the human rights, not my property. Nobody can dash me. So we must end this, therefore, with a commitment to mobilize our people, to demand for their rights.
Well, my position was anchored on official figures released by the government on a monthly basis. And a couple of months ago, the Minister of Finance and the coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Bola Ahmed, did announce publicly that since the removal of fuel subsidy, there has been no month that the money shared by the three tiers of government had been less than 1 trillion naira. Whereas in April last year, before the removal, the amount shared by FAC was 655 billion naira. In July, the amount shared was meant to be shared was 1.9 trillion naira. But the federal government and the state government, in their wisdom, felt we will keep part of this money. So we'll keep 900 billion naira while we will share 1 trillion naira. In December, the amount shared was 1.7 trillion naira. So if at the end of the day, the government of the federation, and I'm talking of the three tiers of government, is smiling to the bank or banks with what is between 500 and 1 trillion naira additional funds, members of the public are entitled to the benefit of the removal, because that was the promise. We are removing fuel subsidy so that the money wasted, on importation of fuel will be channeled towards the development of the country, to address infrastructural challenge, to alleviate poverty, and so on and so forth. And what we are simply asking, not from the federal government alone, from the state governments, local governments, where are the benefits of fuel subsidy removal? Simple and straightforward. I'm not concocting figures. These are the figures in the public domain, out of power, for the seat of power. It is now left for the media and Nigerian people to find out where are the gains of fuel subsidy removal. And it's so simple and straightforward. And we are also demanding that on a monthly basis, as was the practice in the past, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation must publish what goes to every tier of government. That was a culture in the past. At a stage, we were told the government was going to be run in a rather opaque manner. But we are saying there can be no opacity in governance, because Section 22 of the Constitution, in fact, has imposed a duty on the media to promote transparency and accountability in the government. So you have a duty, and the media are compelled to demand on a monthly basis what goes to every tier of government. And then we compare what was being earned before fuel subsidy removal and what is paid to the federation account after subsidy removal. You will recall, at a stage, for several months or even for almost a year, the NNPC did not remit any fund, any money to the federation account. But now we are told we're no longer spending on subsidy subsidizing fuel. Therefore, this is what we are making per month. And so, just like the federal government is saying, we are giving a 35,000 naira to workers, even though we are told now that only 2 months have been paid. So we also expect state governments, local governments to also announce what we call palliatives. But for me, I think the ideal thing would have been if we are now making between 500 billion naira and 1 trillion naira, can we share 50%? While the remaining 50% will be warehoused by an agency of the government, manned by credible people in the society to address challenges in the area of education, in the area of health, road, network, and so on and so forth, so that we can see the advantage, unquote, of subsidy removal. Many of us, some of us, were stridently opposed to the removal because there's no society, there's no country in the world where government does not subsidize one product or the other, even in the most advanced capitalist societies. And that is why Nigerians must now begin to ask the government to discard and jettison the deleterious programs and policies of the IMF and World Bank. Because just yesterday, the IMF was asking the government remove fuel subsidy in its entirety and also increase electricity tariff, whereas the government had told the nation and the IMF and World Bank, come, the political atmosphere in the country is not conducive to electricity tariff because our people are suffering. The government is subsidizing the discourse. Two, just last month, the IMF was accusing the British government of not investing enough in education and health. This same agency, these Bretton Woods institutions are asking our government to remove all subsidies and impose a rush of increases on goods and services in our country. So I think these are the issues. This government must
Mr. Falana,
this is very important. The only economic body recognized by the Constitution to advise the president is the National Economic Council, headed by the Vice President. And that body is peopled by the governors, the governor of the central bank, state governors, the governor of the central bank, the Minister of Finance. So why has that body abdicated its responsibility to the IMF and World Bank? So that is the body that the majority of them are elected. Yeah. They are serving the people. So you must advise the president what your people are saying, based on what your people are saying, based on their demands. So that is the body that
are you worried, Mr. Falana? Because
yes, the global entity is not a neutral body. It does not give advice in vacuum. It is an ideological battle. These institutions were set up by imperialism, principally to destroy the economies of developing countries. Why they turn the other eye when Western governments are giving subsidies to their people. And I am challenging the IMF here to take interest in the report of the 2020 report of the Auditor General of the Federation, sent to the National Assembly last November. That report is saying that the $3.5 billion, the loan of $3.5 billion taken by Nigeria from the IMF cannot be located. That is what the report is saying. The IMF should be interested in that. Because because we are required to pay the loan in 3 years, 4 years, between 2023 and 2027. So the IMF should be interested in that and stop mounting pressure on the government to multiply the hardship of Nigerians. And the government must summon the courage to tell this institution to mind their business and allow our country to be run in the interest of our country. I mean, in the interest of Nigerians, because the Constitution, Section 16, has stipulated that the government of Nigeria shall be under a legal obligation to plan the economy of Nigeria, to run the economy of Nigeria in order to promote happiness, not sadness, as it is the case now. And this wonderful country has enormous human and natural resources. If well husbanded, we should have no business with poverty. These institutions are not helping the government to recover the looted wealth of the country, hidden in the West, hidden in Western banks and other financial institutions. So all they do is to mount pressure on the government. Thou shalt remove subsidies. Otherwise, your economy will collapse. But the economy of the United Kingdom is not collapsing. So the economy of the United States is not collapsing. Germany and the rest of them that are giving subsidies to their people. Some of these guys are apostles of neoliberalism. It is only when it comes to the poor that they suddenly realize that a judgment of a court meant to compel the government to be accountable cannot be obeyed. That's what they do. Some of my colleagues, lawyers, have challenged me. I've challenged the judgment. Oh, we are running a capitalist system. It's a free market system. How can you ask the government to control prices? And I said, oh, by the way, Chion, the Nigerian legal profession is the most regulated in Nigeria. Most regulated. One, I must pay, if I fail to pay my practicing fees by 31st of every year, I can be disallowed from practicing law in any court in Nigeria. Number two, when I want to file papers, I must buy the stamp and seal designed by the Nigerian MBA, by the Nigerian Bar Association. And it must be affixed to every process, even the letters I write in my chamber. Furthermore, I must collect VAT from my client and remit to FRS. 4. The MBA, the government, came out with what they call 2023 remuneration order for all lawyers in Nigeria. That order has stipulated what I should charge my clients in a free market economy. Except a few of us who engage in pro bono work. Even then, it must be recorded by them. So these are the same guys who are coming out to say, how can you enforce this? But when the same system gives duty waivers to the rich, that can be enforced. When the same system gives tax relief to the rich, that can be enforced. But when it comes to the poor, and what we are saying here, Shim, is that majority of these goods are imported from abroad. Some members of the business community, you call them captains of industry, are giving duty waivers in 5 years under the last 5 years under the Buhari administration. The duty waivers given to certain certain companies and individuals, total 16 trillion naira. So the point is this: if you are giving 16 trillion naira, money that should have been paid to the federation account, by the way, for the benefit of all Nigerians, so you are now giving by the government. You now want to go to town and sell your products without control by the government. That would be abdication of the duty of the government, and that is why that law has been there since 1977. I didn't enact the law.
My people, from the video you can actually see what Femi Falana has actually said. I believe that President Bola Ahmed TINUBU never understood what it is and what it takes to be the president of a nation before becoming the president of this country. It baffles me whenever TINUBU administration, those people that are presently in the administration, come out and say that they inherited a bad government, they inherited a bad economy from the previous government that was ruling the country. This government that they are actually referring to, they are of the same APC party. This is an APC party that has been ruling the country for the past 8 years, and they do not have anything to show for it. Femi TINUBU came out and said that the fuel subsidy that they remove is for the future of the citizens of this country, whereas their own children are actually enjoying presently. They are looting a lot of funds, they are sharing a lot of funds, they are allocating a lot of funds, that even if they should channel it into the things that they were even supposed to channel it, maybe by now the naira rate to the dollar rate wouldn't be as bad as it is. If not that the lawlessness of this country is way too much, those people that are making the law are the one bending and breaking the law. Can you imagine the former governor of the CBN during Buhari tenure actually forged the signature of Buhari then during his administration, during his tenure, and after forging, he actually went away with $6.2 million, and we are actually complaining that our economy is going down, and we are complaining that this country don't have money, and we are saying that these people are for us. These people are actually not for Nigerians. They are actually against this country, because I cannot imagine when somebody will actually wake up one morning and decide to go away with $6.2 million. If this money is actually being channeled to the right direction, do you know the amount of good, the level of good, the level of betterment that this thing would have done to this country? And these people are not being called out for. After they have been arraigned to the court for 2 or 3 days, after then we are not going to hear anything about it. They are the one doing all these things. They are the one perpetrating this evil. So they know the set of people that are there to call you out, and they already know the set of people that are going to cover you, to protect you after you have been exposed. A lot of exposure in this country. Even that's the reason why that made me to come to the conclusion that even Pastor Adeboye, the general overseer of Redeemed Christian Church of God, is not even supposed to come out and tell us that the problem of this country is spiritual. There's nothing spiritual about this problem. We are ourselves, we are our problem. We are the problem of this country. If we are not the problem of this country, how can somebody do it with $6.2 million? Can you imagine that? If not that they want their secrets to be covered, why did Femi Falana come out and say that anybody that talks against the president Bola Ahmed TINUBU will be punished? Anybody that talks against the president administrative, that the social media space should be regulated? During Jonathan tenure, TINUBU and Buhari all came out and protest. After the protesting, they wrote a lot of messages on social media space. Now because it's their turn, they don't want us to talk about their criminality. The truth is, when you choose to do the things that are of people's interest, people will surely talk about you. People will surely talk good about you. But President Bola Ahmed TINUBU, ever since he has been there, a lot of things that have been happening is not actually appealing to people. It's actually very, very annoying to people. My people, feel free to share your opinion at the comment section. Tell us what you feel about everything that is actually happening in this country. A country that runs a naira currency but are billing their people in dollars. How can the naira improve? How can the naira gain value in the market? My people, feel free to share your opinion at the comment section. Don't forget to share this video to every social media platform. If you cannot share it, like it, give it a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend it for us. And if you are coming across this channel for the very first time, do well to click the red subscription button, and don't forget to click the bell icon so that YouTube will notify you anytime we drop another trendy video. See you in our next video. Bye for now.